Okay, good afternoon, everybody. This is video number, I don't know what number this is. This is another tips and tricks videos. This is responding to questions. In this video, I am responding to somebody who is owed some money in a contract, X amount of dollars, and he is looking for, a way to recover, try to get your money back on it. And, so here's a couple of things I just want to say about that. And I will certainly, when this person sees this video, I will help you. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. But a couple of things we do run into, and I want to dispel some of these myths because I've done a couple of these now, and it's heartbreaking as a business owner and as an attorney. It's heartbreaking that this happens, but this happens, and I don't understand it, but it happens. So and I think it's sad because it depends on the judge. So you have a situation where I prevail on a breach of contract. We have attorney's fees. We provide the court with a ledger. We do 14 and a half hours of work, and we bill at a rate that was a reasonable rate. It was for this particular, we didn't want to kill the guy. It was $350 an hour. The firm's standard rate is $565 an hour. If it's an employment or if it's a specialty issue that we do, we actually charge cheaper as opposed to charging more because we churn those out a lot easier. So, I do like the flip side of like the business. Like so if it's something employment related, I'll do it for $440 an hour. If it's something contract related, I'll do it for $565. Just simply because it's employment, I could churn it pretty easily, and I know the law very well, so it's actually less work on my part. So in exchange, I don't mind doing a lower rate because I get it done quicker anyway. Those are just much easier for me. So whatever. But the point is, this guy got a really good deal, right? So we charged like the lowest amount, which was $350 an hour, and judge, I won the case, no problem, no issues. Submitted the billables to the judge. Came out to like $5,000 and change for the billables. Reimbursements, disbursements came out to I want to say $5 and change. With Ubers, parking lot, fees, stuff like that. And the judge looked at my bills and said, and mind you, 14 and a half hours. 14 and a half hours. Just keep that in mind. Not even that long. And not long at all. 14 and a half hours for a breach of contract case. The judge was like, well, your rate at $350 an hour is acceptable. There's no questions there. But we just don't think it was reasonable for you to charge, in this instant, for you to charge and for you to prepare these charts for the court. We don't think it was reasonable that you've done that. So the hours I spent in preparing the case for the court, they didn't think was reasonable. But mind you, if I would have given the court a poor product, it would have been rejected. It wouldn't have been acceptable. So in one end, I'm told my rates are great. On the other end, I'm told I bill for things I shouldn't be billing for. And then they said that I couldn't get reimbursed my charges for, the cabs or for the travel or for the parking lots, which was the cost of business. My response was, simply, it's not the cost of business, it's the cost of this lawsuit that I have to recover from. Because if I didn't have to recover, and if he would have paid his bills, I wouldn't have incurred these costs. So there's got to be some deterrent effect. The court did not care. So the court didn't like that I billed for preparing items, and the court didn't like that I billed for parking and transportation. And it's frustrating because, what's the point, right? What is the actual point? I have to fight to get my money that I'm owed on the contract. I have to fight to get my, I have to fight to get the money that I work for. I'm told that my rates and my fees are reasonable, but whatever, this one particular endeavor was unreasonable. And for whatever reason, my parking wasn't reimbursed and my cabs weren't reimbursed for a case that I would not have needed to do had he just paid his bill. So I'm not sure. As I have more of these, I'll probably have a better sense of it. I get the impression this is going to be judge related. Depending on who the judge is, you're probably going to end up getting a different resolution. Depending on the judge, you're probably going to end up getting like a different result. So I don't really particularly, I don't think that's much. The word is stare decisis. I don't think it's much precedent for this. But no, I am a little frustrated, and I do want everybody to realize that it's not as clean and cut and dry. I still have a substantial risk. My substantial risk is a court just not even wanting to give me the money that I'm entitled to, even if it's a reimbursement like a cab cost or parking. So yeah. On that note, hopefully this is helpful, and yes, I will help you. I will respond back to you shortly, and we'll figure that pricing we'll figure out. Have a good day.